Hey, George and Luca. So a bit of feedback on your draft two of your music video, which I think's got some really lovely shots in it, and it's almost working as an idea. I think the performance stuff is really strong. It's well lit. You've got lovely colours in the frame. Sometimes lip syncing's out. There's several times I think your lip syncing's a bit off. Really beware of that, because bad lip syncing breaks that illusion, and you get. Remember Stuart Hall when he was saying about preferred negotiated oppositional readings of the text. Bad lip syncing, you're instantly getting an oppositional reading because the audience see through the fabrication and kind of reject it. So be careful and make sure that's fine. So the performance though is strong. I like it, and there's a nice variety. I think you're not using your shots as often as you should do. There's some lovely shots I was desperate to see again, and you never cut to them again. I think the main issue is about the narrative, and I think you're pretty conscious of that, and about how we've got this journey. Because remember, narratives, and as I was saying in the lesson the other week, narratives are about journeys, about characters starting somewhere and going on a journey and realizing kind of, having great realizations of truth, these kind of epiphanies. You haven't really got much of a journey. I mean, you've got Radek walking up an alleyway, but you've got no emotional journey. We have no sense of his despair at the beginning. He's just a guy who walks into frame. You've got to establish that kind of key idea that he's down, that life's rubbish for him, and that he's having a really hard time. And unless you establish that, his whole kind of journey to hopefulness and joy just doesn't work. So let's have a kind of close look at that again and think about how you're going to certainly establish Radek's kind of depression. You can do that with proxemics, you can do that with body language, you can do that with camera angles, you can do that with props. He's playing with something which reminds him possibly of how despairing he is and what he's lost, but at the moment that's completely absent. It's a guy looking happy walking up an alleyway. There's no story there. Equally at the end, I was struck by, you've got this quite nice shot. He arrives and suddenly it's open. I remember we discussed that. And I suppose in that sense you do have something, because it's much more kind of confined, claustrophobic initially, and later on it's free. But look how long you give this shot. Okay, so 250. 3 seconds, and we don't even see his reaction. You've got to remember the meaning comes from the reaction shot. When you cut back to the reaction of your protagonist, he sees this wide open, beautiful kind of rooftop view. We need to see his kind of joy in that, and you don't show it to us. And equally, you don't show us the beautiful thing. So the ending the beginning and ending need work. Okay, we need to establish that he's a different man at the end of the video. Okay, and that means at the beginning of the video starting with something, and his depression and his feeling life is kind of messed up. The colours are just lovely there. Lovely frame within a frame, good leading lines, and that's really nice. I really kind of like this shot. So he's looking. What do you have to cut to? You've got to have to cut to what he looks at. So he looks, and then there's, what does he see? If you've got a character looking, the audience is saying, well, what's he seeing? And there's nothing. So what is he going to be seeing? Is it the clouds through the small kind of gap in the alleyway, scudding over? Is it birds? Is it, plants overhanging on top of the walls? I don't know. You don't show me. So you've got to have this. You've got to have these eye line matches. And this, I think, is one of my favourite shots because your colours. You've got this great red corrugated iron roof. You've got this lovely blue. You've got the yellow of his guitar. Really good. And I was thinking, as I was watching, I was thinking you could push this a bit. Because by contrast, obviously you film these on different days for the looks of things. This stuff here with Radek's character in it is much more muted. And Luca, I think possibly you could make something of that. Maybe even start at black and white and slowly start introducing bits of colour, little splashes of colour. You might have to do that with masking in After Effects and rotoscoping in After Effects, or alternatively just, desaturate the frame and then slowly start introducing colour as we go. And then finally, that last shot is just this kind of magnificent colour. That would be another way in which you could use editing to signify his journey out of depression and into hope. Again, I was saying last week, you're holding this shot too long. You're holding a lot of these shots too long. So this is quite nice. This is one moment where actually you do see he looks, he reaches, and then you cut to what he sees, and this is quite a nice shot. I like this, the wall daisies. You know what I was thinking you're kind of missing here again is an enormous long shot. That's a huge shot, gents. Just count the time. So the shot starts at 1:05. There it is. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a 9-second shot. That's just far too long for a music video. Music videos are cutting really kind of with much more energy and on the beat. And a 9-second shot, I'd say anything over 4 seconds. I accept that sometimes you've got to give an emotion time. You've got to allow the audience time to register an emotion. But just a guy walking up an alleyway for 9 seconds, you need to be doing something a bit sharper and snappier with it. It's a shame the bubbles don't work because they do work. You can kind of see them, but don't work as well because it wasn't as nice a day. Quite like this kind of pops out, but it happens too soon. I think you could do so much more with those bubbles. You cloud pops one and off he goes. What was the point of that shot? Every shot's got to have a point. Does he see something new? He doesn't, just walks past the camera. So I'd have much preferred to see some more stuff with the bubbles, with him playing with the bubbles and lovely big bubbles floating through shots and stuff like that. Obviously, the problem with bubbles is you don't see them unless it's really bright, sunny day. There's not enough of them there, really. So again, he's seeing stuff. What's he seeing? He's looking around, he's seeing things. What is it that he's seeing? Quite a long shot. I'm glad that you've got this shot of Macho actually playing the guitar in close up. That's good. Again, guy just looking. What's he looking at? Radek's doing a nice performance. He's clearly happier now. But you're not telling the story because we can't see what he sees. In terms of our audience positioning, this is what we want. We want to be positioned with an audience, with a character. We want to see through their eyes, and we're just not getting that at the moment.